Jo Ramsey here, and I'm a day late recording my vlog. And as you might notice, I'm sitting in my car in a parking lot to do this because everybody's at home right now and people are sleeping, and I didn't want to wake them up, but I wanted to make sure I got this done. So anyway, it is the third week of July, and I wanted to talk a little bit about bullying today because that's something that's been on my mind a lot. My band just finished recording a song that's about a boy who's been bullied and decides to take, let's say, drastic action. And unfortunately, part of that song is based on reality. It's based on something that happened at my younger daughter's school a couple of years ago, where a boy had been picked on and insulted and so on, and let his girlfriend know that he was planning something. Fortunately, in the real story, the girl did the right thing, called the police immediately, and nothing bad happened. But the reality is that kind of thing happens more than people realize. It doesn't always make the national news. Sometimes it doesn't even make the local news. And a lot of times parents aren't informed about it. When the incident, or the almost incident, happened involving my daughter's school, parents found out about it from the local news. The school didn't even issue a statement until the story hit the news, which in my opinion is kind of wrong. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. You'll notice I do that a lot. So bullying. You never know how somebody who's being bullied is going to take it. And I mean, I've had people say to me, you know, I'm old, I'm 45, and I was pretty badly bullied when I was in school, and I've had people say to me, well, that's years ago, why can't you just let it go? Why do you even think about that kind of thing anymore? Because you don't realize the effect that it has. You don't know, unless you've experienced it, how it feels to walk into a building every single weekday that you have to go to, and know that you're not going to make it through the day without somebody making you cry, without somebody putting you down, without somebody banging you against a locker just because you happen to be looking at them. You don't know the fear that's there. You don't know the anger at not being able to do anything to stop it. You don't know the anger about going to an administrator and saying, here's what's happening, and being told, you're overreacting, get over it, this is how kids are. And yes, I was actually told that in 7th grade. So yeah. The thing is, I've done presentations at schools where I've said, raise your hand if you've ever been bullied or ever felt bullied. And I have yet to do a presentation like that where I haven't seen every single hand in the room, including the teachers, go up. Every single hand, whether it's a group of 12 or a group of 200. Everybody raises their hand when I say, have you ever been or felt bullied? It sucks. It really does. And, you know, aside from the extremely dangerous actions that some people take to try to stop it, you know, dangerous to other people, there are even more who take action against themselves. This is never going to end. People are always going to treat me this way. It's never going to stop hurting. There must be something wrong with me, or they wouldn't be treating me this way. I should be dead. And people lose their lives because of it. And some people say how horrible, this person was bullied so badly they took their lives. not realizing the number of times that that person probably reached out to parents or friends or school staff and said, "This is bad, help me." Or not realizing how many times somebody saw something and didn't say a word because kids will be kids, or because they didn't want to get bullied themselves. And then there are the people who will say, "Oh well, they're better off dead anyway, who cares?" I've read news stories where somebody committed suicide because of bullying, and the bullying continued after they were dead. People bullied a freaking dead person. Seriously. You might notice this is a little bit of an emotional topic for me, not only because of my own experiences, but because I've worked in schools. I have kids who have been bullied. I don't understand, and I never have, why people find the need to just treat other people like crap for no reason. Why? You know? And you know, if you're watching this and you're in a situation where you're being bullied, even if you feel like nobody's going to listen to you, try to talk to somebody about it. Try to get somebody to understand how you feel and that this isn't okay. If you see somebody getting bullied, even if you're afraid it's going to splash back on you, don't let it go on. Stop and think about how you would feel if it was happening to you. Wouldn't you want somebody to stop it? If you're an adult and you're watching this, if you work with kids or teenagers, take a look at how they treat each other. Don't turn a blind eye. Don't do what the staff at one of my daughter's middle schools did and say, "Oh, well, I didn't see it happen, and they say they didn't do this, and there are more of them than there are of you, so we believe them. You're just going to have to deal with it." Even if you can't do anything like that, even if you don't know that there's something going on, whether you're a kid or a teenager or a teacher or a librarian, whatever, if you see somebody that you think might be getting bullied, or if you see somebody who looks sad all the time or who looks terrified the moment they enter the school building, be nice to them. Just walk up to them and say, "Hey, how's it going today? Are you all right?" I will tell you from personal experience, sometimes just hearing, "Hey, how are you today? Good to see you here," can make more difference than you'd even understand. So I'm going to stop there because like I said, I'm sitting in a parking lot. People keep walking past me, looking at me funny because I'm talking into my phone. So anyway, that's my thoughts on bullying right now. If you're getting bullied, tell somebody. Don't be afraid to ask for help. If you are a kid or a teenager and you see somebody getting bullied, speak up. If you can't stick up to the bullies, go behind their backs and tell somebody, an adult that you trust. And if you're an adult who works with kids and you see bullying, you think somebody's getting bullied, do something about it. Don't just turn a blind eye and pretend it's not there. And don't just say, "Oh, well, the victim should have said something and we would have done something, but they didn't speak up." You have no idea how terrifying it can be to even think about saying, "I'm getting bullied." So that's it for this week, and I will see you next week when I will hopefully remember that Monday is my vlog day. Have a good week.